When I first started collecting plants, I probably went a little bit silly thinking I needed all of these doobie Watsits to make sure I was a successful gardener. Hi, I'm Nicole from Whittle Grove, and today I'm going to be sharing with you the 5 tools that I swear by when it comes to looking after my indoor collection. So the first thing that I absolutely swear by, and I feel like every gardener, no matter what type of gardening you're into, will agree, is that you would absolutely need a nice sharp pair of secateurs or even just some scissors if you're first starting out. You might think when you see all these beautiful plants on Instagram that they are just so lovely and beautiful, but the truth is plants are living creatures and sometimes they die. Plants are not living creatures. The truth is plants are living things and sometimes they'll get a bit ratty and die. So you're going to want some nice scissors or secateurs to prune those little dead bits off so that the plant can focus its energy on growing some new foliage. And it also has the added bonus if you decide to go down into propagation, you really want some nice, clean, sterile scissors or secateurs to cut up your props so they're all ready to go. When it comes to soil, people have so many suggestions on what kind of medium you should use and whether or not it's okay to use post mix or you should make your own, or plants need all different things. And you know what? I'm not going to tell you about any of that stuff because at the moment I'm being full lazy and I'm just using a pre-bought premium mix. But what I will swear by and highly encourage you to do as well is really invest in a container that you can put your soil into. That stuff's pricey, it adds up quickly, and I used to just leave it sitting in my shed. And one time a whole bunch of bugs got in it and it was pretty disgusting, and there's nothing like just throwing out a bag of soil because you opened it, put 2 scoops, filled up 2 pot plants, and then you were done with it and you moved on. So definitely recommend getting a nice sealable container. For me, I'm just using a pail at the moment with a lid on it. All well and good. I keep it nearby so I don't have to go and fish it out of the shed because it's sealed, it's contained, it's all well and good. And I highly recommend that you do the same. Sticking with the soil theme, and this is probably one that is probably my more controversial opinion, is I strongly encourage using a trowel or a little scoop for collecting your soil. A lot of people just like using their hands, and there is nothing wrong with that at all. If you are down for that, all power to you, get that nature. But for me, I just prefer to have a scoop to get stuff out of my bucket. It's just, I don't know, it's a personal preference, and it doesn't need to be anything fancy again as either. So I have a trowel because I do outdoor gardening, but I have also got a container, like a little scoop. I think it's just an old pot, you know, nothing crazy, nothing fancy, that I use to collect soil. Just makes things easier. It's a bit more portable for me as well, instead of bending down and picking up, you know, scoops and whatnot. It's great. Water is another essential component of looking after indoor plants, and it is something that we can get so right, but it's also so easy to get so wrong as well. So for me, I like to take my plants out and give them a big drink of water once a month. If it's in the hot weather, now that we're in winter, I probably won't do it at all now until spring because they don't need as much water. So because I'm not taking them outside for a big giant drink, they still do need some top-ups here and there. And so for that, I have a little watering can that I absolutely swear by. It only holds, I think, about 2 litres. It doesn't even have a nozzle on the end. It's just it just pours the water out. It's wonderful, I love it. And it has the added bonus as well. So I personally like to use liquid fertilizer. I use some sea salt, so seaweed-based stuff. And it allows me to mix that easily as well. So if you have it in your budget, I mean, they're not insanely expensive and they're not super important either. Some people will just water in their sink or in their shower, or they bottom water, something else that you can do as well. It's not crucial, but for me personally, I love the flexibility of having a little watering can that can just live inside and I can top them up if need be. And so that comes to my final tool, and it is probably the most inexpensive one of all, so gotta love that. And it will be an absolute godsend for you when it comes to watering in particular, and that is your hand. Free of charge, best tool ever for figuring out whether or not your soil needs to be watered. So you can, if you want to go and spend money and you feel more comfortable, you can go and purchase watering, like water meters and whatnot. But I have found for me personally, just using my hand and picking up the plant and feeling how heavy it is, or alternatively, stabbing my finger into the soil to about the second knuckle. And if it comes out dry, it's all good. It needs water. If it doesn't come out dry, don't touch it. She's all good for now. So I wish I had have known about that sooner, as simple as it sounds, because like I said, I have drowned many a plant back in the day when I thought I was doing the right thing by them. And something as simple as just feeling the weight or putting your finger in. I'm more of a feeling the weight person. As I said, I don't really love the feeling of soil in my hands. So yeah, the most effective tool a gardener has is one that is free of charge right here. So there you have it, folks. That's it for me. They're my 5 tools that I absolutely swear by when it comes to looking after my garden. I am by no means an expert. They're no means must-haves. They're just my personal faves. And I would love to hear what yours are and what you swear by. So please leave them down in the comments. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. I'm Nicole from Whittle Grove. Thanks for watching.